Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the Cricket Happening Show with your host Ram, and in this part of the cricket show we are going to have a look at the cricket news. So the first cricket news that I am starting off is, as you know, Zimbabwe is going to undertake a tour of the West Indies after a gap of 13 years. So this is a pretty long time since Zimbabwe has actually toured a country, and that to West Indies. This is their, and I'm told that this is the first ever tour of the West Indies in 13 years. So what a significant moment it would be for Zimbabwe to actually have a full tour of West Indies, where they're going to play 3 one-day internationals, 2 T20s and 2 tests. And this is what the minnows need. The minnows need lots of exposure, and I'm sure the Zimbabwe team would be really wanting to prove a point when they play against the West Indies. Although it is not going to be easy, but at least that would be a good learning experience for them. So in fact, the ODI and T20 squad has been announced, and also the test squad has been announced for the tour of West Indies, which is going to be starting it is going to be starting from 20th of February with a tour match. So 20th February is the real start, and then, as I said, they are playing one-day internationals, they are playing test matches and T20s. Now I think this is a very nice thing to happen. One has to really appreciate that West Indies have invited Zimbabwe to tour there. As I said, these minnows teams have to be given an opportunity, and I'm glad that's happening right now. Well, as far as the ODI and T20 squad is concerned, it consists of Brendan Taylor, the captain, who is a very nice, he has been a very good captain, and he also leads by example with the bat. Hamilton Masakaza and Vusi Sibanda, who are the very aggressive openers, and it's very good to have them in the ODI and T20 squad. Tino Mavoyo, who did well against New Zealand. Kyle Jarvis, the pace bowler. Tendai Chatara is the person who has entered the team, and he has picked up 13 wickets in the first class matches this season. He's a right arm seamer. And they have Chris Pofu, who has improved a great deal. Now spinners are one thing which I would like to talk about. They have Prosper Utsaya, which is very good. They have lots of variety as far as spin bowling is concerned, but the major surprise happens to be that Raymond Price, who is according to me is a very good economical bowler, and I'm sure he would have been really very unhappy that the Zimbabwe selectors have taken to drop him from the squad, because Raymond Price, what he does is he's a very aggressive type of bowler, keeps on talking, and he bowls it very economically, picks up the wickets, and also he lends a lot of variety to the whole Zimbabwe setup, because he bowls a lot of maidens, and I've seen his one-day and 2020 record has been pretty good, and I'm really surprised to see that a left-arm spinner, Raymond Price, has been left out of the team. And not only that, he also brings his batting into the picture, because what he does is a useful bat lower down the order. He can get some runs. So it has come as a real surprise that Raymond Price, the left-arm spinner, is out of the squad, because if Raymond Price would have been there, there would have been a lot of variety. They would have a left-arm spinner in Raymond Price, they have Prosper Utsaya, the off-spinner, and I'm also a bit surprised to see there is one more player who is not really figuring, and that's Graeme Cremer. Now Graeme Cremer has been a real regular for Zimbabwe in the ODI and T20 squads, and that also comes as a surprise, that Graeme Cremer, because that would have added a lot of variety to this particular ODI and T20 squad, and I'm really surprised here that Graeme Cremer, the right arm leg spinner, doesn't find a place in the T20 squad. Probably Zimbabwe selectors have probably something else in mind. Probably they have gone for a sort of an experimentation there. So Regis Chakabwa, Malcolm Waller, Keegan Meth, who actually suffered a blow and is back into the mix now. Craig Irvine, who is a very good all-rounder. Chamuchi Baba is a good batsman. Tino Mutamdozi is a new cap there. Natsai Mashangwe is also a new cap. Now looking at the test squad, Brendan Taylor is the captain. Tino Mavoyo, Vusi Sibanda, Hamilton Masakaza, Regis Chakabwa, Malcolm Waller, Kyle Jarvis, Keegan Meth, Tendai Chatara, Chris Pofu, Prosper Utsaya, Sean Williams, Timsian Maruma, Raymond Price, who is there in the test squad but not figuring in the ODI and T20 squad, and then Graeme Cremer. So I would have really expected Raymond Price, the left-arm spinner, and Graeme Cremer, the right-arm leg spinner, get into the mix in the ODI and T20 squad, T20 squad too. But as I said, it is, for me it has come as a surprise. I would have definitely liked to include Raymond and Graeme Cremer. Probably they have gone for some pace. They have tried really strengthen the pace attack, and probably they feel that West Indian players are very good players or spinners, and they might probably attack them. So that's the precise reason I have a feeling that Raymond Price and Graeme Cremer has not been included in the ODI squads, and probably they have actually, if you see the Zimbabwe squad, what they have done is they've got a lot of pace bowlers. They have Tendai Chatara, the left-arm spinner left-arm seamer who comes in. Chris Pope, who is a good pace bowler, good seamer, and they have Keegan Meth, who is back. So they have probably tried to strengthen the pace attack a bit and try to attack the West Indies. So that's what they're precisely planning to do. That's my opinion here. Now, just moving on from there, some news coming in from Australia. Now, let me talk about some news which are probably players getting injured or players missing the tour due to injury. Now, first I would like to start off with from New Zealand. Now, as you know, England are touring New Zealand, and that is going to be an interesting series. Daniel Vettori didn't play. As you know, he's a vital cog in the wheel of New Zealand, especially with New Zealand doing so well in the matches that went on in South Africa, and in fact winning the one-day series. Daniel Vettori could play a great role. Now, Daniel Vettori, as I said, Daniel Vettori and Ross Taylor coming into the team, all the other players coming to them really strengthens the team. But what is very not surprising basically, due to injury, Daniel Vettori, who missed the tour of Sri Lanka, not Sri Lanka, the South African tour that he missed, he's not going to be there on the New England tour New Zealand, which I think is a big blow, because Daniel Vettori, with his fine experience, would have proved pretty tough for the Englishman to face, because he's a very quality spinner, and I'm sure England would be very happy that they are not going to see Daniel Vettori in action. So that's news which is coming up as far as injuries are concerned. But one injury worry which is there for Australia, which happened today, is, as you know, West Indies and Australia are going to play in the one-day international series. The first one-day international series is going to begin on 1st, and after that Australia are going to tour India. And on the heels of that, Mitchell Johnson actually struck David Warner on the thumb, and now he's a doubtful starter. Now it all depends on whether David Warner will be able to take part. I'm told he's out of the first two one-day internationals, which is sad, and I'm sure the Australian selectors would love to actually have David Warner for India. Even if he misses the West Indies one-day internationals, probably that might not be the problem. But if David Warner is going to miss the Indian tour, that would be a big setback, because he's the one who has always done well against India. He has played in the IPL. He knows the Indian conditions very well, and I'm sure the Australia will be praying that David Warner is there for the Indian tour. I sincerely wish that David Warner should be there. So that is one thing. So which happened precisely at the Wacker ground in Perth, when they were actually practicing in the nets, and Mitchell Johnson's one of the deliveries when he was bowling in the nets actually struck David Warner on his thumb, which is pretty sad. And also the other injury worry is they're coming in from Pakistan, as Pakistan and South Africa are going to start their proceedings as far as the test series is concerned, with the first test match which is going to be played between Pakistan and South Africa. And unfortunately, the opener, who has done pretty well against South Africa in previous tours, Taufeeq Umar, the left-handed batsman, is out of the tour and is going to be replaced by Imran Farhat. So that is a big blow for Pakistan, because Taufeeq Umar has always done well against South Africa, and probably that was the precise reason he was included in the team. He didn't have a very good Pakistan domestic tournament in the domestic tournament there in Pakistan, but still he was included. Probably the selectors felt that he has always done well against South Africa, so that's the precise reason he was included. But unfortunately, he's out of the tour after suffering an injury. So these are some injury worries which are coming in from New Zealand, Australia, and Pakistan. Well, other than that, dear fans, friends, and subscribers, as I said, this was basically a report, not a report, basically it's only some cricket news which I was trying to talk about. Other than that, I'm just trying to see whether anything else is there. One thing that I would like to talk about is the English county side. As you know, Nottinghamshire was the team Nottinghamshire, the English county side, very clearly mentioned to the players that if anyone is going to actually play in the IPL, which is also clashing with the English county season, then the contract might be probably not really valid. So now what has happened is Essex has also joined the fray, and Essex has also sounded a warning saying that if any players go and play in the IPL after signing a contract with Essex during the season, then that is so. This is going to be some real problem, because the players would like to play in the English County Cricket League, but they are going to miss the IPL. Now this is something where ICC needs to come in and really decide as to how this thing is to be taken care of, because we have a lot of domestic league tournaments, T20 happenings nowadays, and every team is being roped in, like every player is being called in with the lure of good money, and the player actually falls for the bait and goes there. But it also is very essential that they play in their domestic tournaments, because that is also pretty essential, because that will determine them going forward and getting the ticket for the test matches, one-day internationals, and the T20s. Now I don't have much time to really dwell on this. Probably one of these days I would try to. Other than that, dear fans, friends, and subscribers, on this note, your host Ram would like to end the Cricket Happening show for today, but again promising you that I'll be back tomorrow with a full match report. Probably tomorrow. Tomorrow is 31st of January, the end of this particular month in this new year. So I would probably be trying to do a preview of the first test match, which is coming up between Pakistan and South Africa, and also do a short preview of the Australia versus West Indies first one-day international, which is starting at the WACA grounds in Perth. So probably that would be the agenda for tomorrow. That's it from me, your host Ram, for the cricket show for today. See you all tomorrow. Until then, it's goodbye. Thank you.